cower before the might of the Thorathian conquering fleet. They say knowledge is power, so prepare to feel the power of my knowledge. Oh, the power of knowledge compels you! Hello, and welcome to Dolphin's Dive, the strategically minded weekly Sentinels of the Multiverse stream hosted by yours truly, Dolphin. Before we go any further, I have to say that unfortunately, Dolphin's Dive is not going to continue from this point forward at 7 p.m. It's moving to 6 p.m. Woo! Not today, though, because obviously it's 7 p.m. Actually, it's 7:03 p.m. I lied. It's actually 7:03 p.m. But we are going to be starting at 6 p.m. starting from next week. 6 p.m. Eastern, meaning that it is 1 hour earlier. And so at this point next week, you can tune in and see how the viewer's choice game is going. Unless it has already failed epically. Or maybe I'm still stuck on the first game. Who knows? We'll be starting 1 hour earlier and finishing probably 1 hour earlier as well. This has a lot to do with my sleep patterns lately and how I've been having to wake up earlier for work than I'm used to. So it's just easier for me if I start to stream at 6 instead of 7. All right? So, back to the regularly scheduled reading. You are watching Handelabra Games, and particularly are watching Dolphin's Dive. Handelabra believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against that goal is not welcome and will not be tolerated. You can follow us at Handelabra on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and Handelabra Games right here on Twitch. You can follow me personally on Twitter at LewDolphin21 and on YouTube and Twitch as LewDolphin, no digits. Sentinels of the Multiverse is currently available for iOS, Android, and PC, Mac, and Linux via Steam, and always via good old analog carbon and ink. You can get the game and more info at sentinelsdigital.com. Yes, we're not starting at midnight in the land that you're from. We're going to be starting at 11 for you. So here we are with Alien, Grand Warlord Voss, who is actually on Advanced, not Ultimate or Challenge, just Advanced, facing off the Unleashed Visionary, the Dark Watch Mr. Fixer, Xtreme Prime Wardens Captain Cosmic, GI Bunker, and the Wraith. And this is all taking place in Freedom Tower, FT. So let's have it. We have the Genebound Firesworn, the Genebound Firesworn, Genebound Frosthound, Genebound Soldier, and Genebound Shock Infantry, so no damage reduction yet. And the Genebound Ion Lancer, so lots of damage, but no damage reduction. I don't know that this matters really. So I guess like this, yeah, the Soldier is gonna hit one of those, and then the Shock Infantry. Shock Infantry hits for more though. So we'll throw that out and miss the Fixer because he eats minions for breakfast. Cool. I didn't actually read our opening hands. Visionary has Mass Levitation, Mental Divergence, Prophetic Vision, and Rest the Mind. Dark Watch Mr. Fixer has Charge, Grease Gun, Harmony, and Overdrive. Extreme Prime Wardens Captain Cosmic has Augmented Ally, 2 Harsh Offenses, and a Potent Disruption. GI Bunker has Adhesive Foam Grenade, Auxiliary Power Source, Grenade Launcher, and Turret Mode. And the Wraith has Grappling Hook, Infrared Eyepiece, Razor Ordnance, and Utility Belt. Yes, we have the least effective Captain Cosmic because all of his damage is 1 damage, at least on his power. And, of course, we're fighting against Advanced Voss, who reduces all damage dealt by heroes by 1, but it doesn't reduce damage dealt by constructs. Constructs can deal 1 damage freely. We also have GI Bunker, who can provide damage irreducibility. And we have Visionary, who can rest the mind on something and do less damage to that target and herself. So we have some nice things going on here. Sort of. Yeah, so we have the Frosthound who hits all, and the Ion Lancer who hits the lowest, and those are the 2 I usually prioritize. But if I rest the mind on one of those, if I rest the mind on the Frosthound, we could use the Frosthound to take out some of those minions if we so wanted. Although I guess it would die after 2 hits. Yeah, we'll do that. on the Frosthound. And if I do 1 point of damage to the Frosthound, I could redirect a single instance of damage and not be dealt damage. But I think I do want to have 2 instances go off. I'll just do my single blow on the Ion Lancer. Precog. And Mr. Fixer, who could one-shot the Ion Lancer, but would have to sacrifice something for that. I might be more inclined to skip or to put Harmony out, but if I put Harmony out, I'm still 2 card plays away from being able to use it, and I don't even have any Dueler Styles in my hand. I could put Harmony out and destroy Harmony, because I feel like Zombie Fixer doesn't really care much about Harmony. I could also put Grease Gun out, and then the minions don't do damage. But then Fixer doesn't draw cards, which is a little bad. I'll put Harmony out, and then I will skip. This is a great play! But I have Bloody Knuckles, which is a great play. Augmented Ally could be great. To the start of your next turn, I could put Augmented Ally on GI Bunker, and then he can make it damage to a target irreducible and follow up with a grenade launcher. Or I could potent... Nope, can't potent disruption. I could harsh offense. And who knows what that will reveal. I'd have to reveal at least 2 constructs to take out 1 minion. I can't damage the Ion Lancer with that. Now let's put out Augmented Ally. Do I want to put it on Bunker? I could also put it on Wraith. And with Wraith, if she has Infrared Eyepiece, she would discard a card to use a power, and then with this power she would draw a card, so it would be a net difference of 0. And then I can use Play with Madness. Even though this doesn't happen, the next instance does. Alright, we've dropped 0 frames so far. I've gotten very paranoid ever since last stream. Do I want to make damage to a target irreducible, or do I want to stop the environment? Do I want to draw more cards, or leave this out there to be able to use an additional power? Let's see, if Wraith uses Razor Ordnance, which I said I was going to use Infrared Eyepiece, but if I use Razor Ordnance, you can take out the Genebound Shock Infantry. And the Frosthound could deal with the Ion Lancer. The Grenade Launcher by itself isn't going to do too much. It's going to do 1 damage to 2 different targets. But if I want to make damage to a target irreducible, what effect would that have? It wouldn't have an immediate effect. I could make damage to Voss irreducible, and then I don't have to worry about the minions at all. And I could actually stay on the front side, leave a single minion out, and then Voss himself doesn't do damage. Because, like, his flip side, he plays an extra card, but he also deals 4 damage to the highest HP hero and 3 to the lowest. Or if I leave the Firesworn out, I only get 2 damage to the highest, and I can still hit Voss. So I guess that means I'm going to make damage to Voss irreducible. I'm gonna put out a Grenade Launcher though, just because. So let's make damage to Voss irreducible, and now Voss's mechanics don't work anymore. Yay! So do I want to discard and use Stealth? The problem is all of these are great cards. So I'm not going to do that. But I am going to deal with the Shock Infantry. Impromptu invention. Oh boy. Alright, first environment turn, security station. Which doesn't do anything except give us environment destruction if we so want. And ooh, First Lieutenant Victor, not good. Not good indeed. We can redirect this. So this is gonna hit Visionary a little bit more, but we can still dispatch with certain things. The Ion Lancer's obviously awful. Probably want to get rid of Victor. All hail the hairdryer. Alright, so Twist the Ether, or not Twist the Ether, Rest the Mind is gone. So Visionary's base power is going to do 0 damage, or 1 to Voss. We could control Voss, in which case I don't need to worry about getting that infrared eyepiece out just yet. I could impromptu invention for micro-targeting computer and then play utility belt, and then I could save the infrared eyepiece for a bit. So I'm going to do that. Like, get rid of that forced deployment. That doesn't seem like a good idea. Put forced deployment on the very bottom. And I can still do 1 point of damage to Voss because irreducible. We are 14 minutes into the stream and we've already drawn first blood on Voss to beat Jeremy's 53 minutes. Okay. So I still don't have a tool or a style, but I could play Bloody Knuckles to destroy Bloody Knuckles and get rid of Victor that way. Yeah, Victor's gonna hurt us more. And still not a tool or a style. Fixer is just not really feeling like he's up to it today, I guess. So... don't want to put the construct out, because then I would do 1 extra instance of damage. But with that, still wouldn't be enough to take out a minion. I guess I could put a construct out just to have it, and then you have it. Put that on Cosmic, in case he ever gets his unflagging animation. And let's just do the hurt. Irreducible. We get another Vitality Conduit. Okay. So now... I guess I'll put that with the Auxiliary Power Source, but I still like having damage to the Voss irreducible. It's like this is an advanced match, but not really. Oh, I could actually discard something, and then I could use Razor Ordnance and Infrared Eyepiece on my turn. Without the utility belt. But I would have to discard Grappling Hook, which I'm not really 100% on. After all, Wraith is the only hero of these 5 that has environment destruction. Although with Security Station, we can destroy anything that we want. So I'm just gonna play it safe. Impromptu Invention, draw micro-targeting. And... so I wanted to play micro-targeting. I could still play micro-targeting. I am thinking that I probably want to get something else out. Throwing knives could help with wrangling the minions. You can leave the gene-bound soldier out. Now I can't kill the Firesworns because for some reason I decided not to damage them with Cosmic. Should we plan for the viewer's choice? I will not stop you from doing that. If you coordinate the viewer's choice, that would be excellent. Ooh, mission control. Free card plays, like decoy projection. And tire iron. There's the there's the tool. Hey, unflagging animation for free, but there's nothing in the trash. And there goes the grappling hook, so it's good we did discard one. Gene-bound shock infantry, we knew that one was coming. Both the fire sworns are going to go off, so this choice doesn't matter. This choice sort of matters, because... well, I guess the shock infantry is going to choose one of these. So let's make sure that Fixer always takes the higher damage for no reason other than it makes Fixer mad. Fight Ultimate Progeny with the Freedom 5 for funsies. Oh, that's gonna go beautifully. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's control the environment. Entry point, front desk, entry point. Front desk plays an extra environment card, and then the entry points increase damage dealt by villain targets. So let's avoid the entry points. And that's actually great, because now we now know that 2 of the entry points are on the bottom, and there's only 2 left. And then this is 1 point of damage to Voss, or 0 to the others. And Twist the Ether. Beautiful. So Tire Iron is out. Tire Iron is not really a fun style, though. I could charge, and charge would take out the shock infantry with Tire Iron. And then I could use the base power to take out a Fire Sworn. Although I guess Throwing Knives would dispatch with the Fire Sworns. But we could dispatch with the shock infantry with Fixer easily, so let's do that then. Even though you reduce it by 1, you're now reduced to 2 or fewer, and you are instantly destroyed. And then I can do this damage to Voss directly. And then I can destroy something. And I don't really need Tire Iron that much, but it is a tool, and if I ever get a style, then Harmony would increase Fixer's damage by 1. Do we have any duplicates of cards? No. I guess we're not really using Grenade Launcher. So I'm gonna go ahead and ditch Grenade Launcher. And Jackhandle, which is a better tool, so I probably should have destroyed Tire Iron. Let's keep the unflagging animation out, and just so we can get some constructs in the trash, let's Harsh Offense and hope to find some. We found 3 of them, so we can do 6 damage! Sweet. So on Cosmic's turn, we have dealt 9 damage to Voss, and we still have 3 minions in play. So I will be completely honest here, I actually hit random for this match, because I didn't actually have a set match that I particularly wanted to play this week. So I hit random, and I ended up with Voss with GI Bunker, which is sort of an accident. But at least we get to show mechanics. And oh, by the way, I destroyed Grenade Launcher, but I can bring it back. Yay, it's back. So it wasn't such a bad call to destroy it after all. But GI Bunker right now is basically just serving to make damage to Voss irreducible. I could put out turret mode, and then GI Bunker would also be able to benefit from the irreducible damage, but well, we'll see. Discard a card, use a power. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to use Mega Computer. So I can go ahead and use the Throwing Knives instead. So we'll keep 1 minion out. The Gene-bound Soldier, because he only does 2 damage. And then Voss doesn't flip. So now... we haven't controlled his deck, so I'm going to put the Infrared Eyepiece out. Control his deck. We have Forced Deployment, how about not? Or Bionaut. So, there we go. We have dodged 2 Forced Deployments. And there is one left somewhere in the deck. Front desk, playing extra cards. Mission control, possibly putting cards out. Augmented ally. Alright, so this is the second one. I could put this on bunker, and then he could use grenade launcher. So sure. Auxiliary power source number 2. And not an equipment. Training simulator. Ooh. That one is not going to be too good. Gene-bound Bionut. So, soldier targeted visionary, redirected to decoy projection, and then the Bionut targeted decoy projection, so it's already down to 1! We could be nice to him to lure him into a false sense of security. Twist the Ether is pretty good. So, we have Training Simulator, which at the start of the environment turn move a villain target from the villain trash into play. Which means that there's going to be a return of one of these cards. Now it says move a villain target, so we do have a choice in what target returns. And we could, like... So what we can do is just destroy all the minions and then perpetually bring back Gene-Bound Soldier or something. If I do that, though, then I can't twist the Ether on Gene-Bound Soldier because he'll perish each round, and so I can't control his damage. Now, I don't know that twisting his Ether is that effective because all he's doing is 2 projectile damage, but that is something to think about. If I foresee Cosmic ever having whatchamacallit, if he ever has Cosmic Crest, I could leave the Bionut out, and I could twist Bionut's Ether and change his damage to energy, and then the minion is then ineffective. Or I could probably do the same thing with Ion Lancer, so that's probably not such a good call. I could also destroy Training Simulator straight up with Grappling Hook. But what I'm also sort of thinking about is Fixer with Jack Handle. If he has Twist the Ether on, we could have Mr. Fixer destroy all the minions. And the effect of that is that there will be no minions out, but of course, Voss would flip, but with Training Simulator, we would be able to keep a minion in play and thereby stop Voss from flipping. Now, the other effect of that is that until the recovered minion and whatever Voss plays is destroyed, then Voss has damage reduction again. Oh, and also... I might have not actually spoken this, but part of what I was thinking, by the way, let me back up about 5 seconds. Part of what I was thinking was I could have Bunker not use his base power and could instead use Grenade Launcher, but I totally forgot about the fact that damage dealt by heroes is reduced by 1, so I do still want to use Panzer Buster. Twist the Ether on Visionary for more damage. I could twist Visionary's Ether, but her only damage right now is her base power. Certainly putting Twist the Ether out would increase the base power by 1. Twisting Visionary's Ether would increase the damage by another 1. But we haven't gotten her other damage dealers, and we haven't gotten Demoralization yet. Whereas Mr. Fixer with Jack Handle would be able to have more instances of damage increase. Now, we don't have a style yet, and the Mission Control discarded Meditation, so I'm not sure when we're going to get that style. I could twist Cosmic's Ether and turn his Irreducible Psychic into energy, but we don't have the Cosmic Crest yet. And we don't really have... I mean, like, Wraith, we could twist her Ether so that if she uses Combat Stance, it could do Projectile instead, but... I've basically exhausted all the possible people we could put Twist the Ether on. And I've not really come up with anything. So the best call seemed to be Fixer. And given that Fixer with the Ether will easily dispatch the minions, I'm just going to target Voss. And there's a damage dealer, hey. But that's okay. Jack Handle. Of course, I am going to have to destroy something with this. I could destroy Twist the Ether. So, whatever. I'm kind of boring. If the damage type doesn't matter, I tend to just leave it as is. But whatever, we'll change this to projectile. And then we'll change this one. It can't be projectile, but we'll change it to Sonic. Because we're so fast, like a hedgehog. Like a schmedgehog. I have 2 auxiliary power sources. I'm going to get rid of one of them. Because Bunker could bring one back if he so wanted anyway. And there's a style. And it's an irreducible style, which can replace Panzerbuster. Put a card into play. Like Dynamic Siphon, that's a great one. And who's going to be the best one to have this? Probably Wraith. And so... I want a Harsh Offense again. We have an Energy Bracer and Autonomous Blade. I wouldn't be too unhappy to get the Cosmic Crest, though. We got the Cosmic Crest! So we can bring that at the start of my next turn. Oh, bring in the pain! Bring in the pain! Bring in the pain? Bring on the pain. Bring the pain into you. Alright, now do I want to, like, I mean... I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with Bunker still. If I turret mode, I could do 3 points of damage with Bunker, which is a little more than what I've been doing thus far. I'm not really sure what I'm even trying to get towards, because, like, I guess with Fixer's Riveting Crane, and he will almost certainly be able to damage Voss, I could bypass the need to use Panzerbuster. Which means I would rather have a second power than Grenade Launcher, like Maintenance Unit. I can kill Visionary's ongoings and she can bring them back. With Mental Divergence, take one ongoing card from a hero trash and put it on top of that hero's deck. Because that means I'd have to spend a round doing that instead of dealing damage. Or I could discard a card and use a power. I like the environment. I want the environment to play cards. So let's make damage to Voss Irreducible. Then play Maintenance Unit, so I have a second power. And then Grenade Launcher. And I can actually throw one of these hits on a Dynamic Siphon! Yay! So let's go ahead and just do damage to Voss. 5 damage? Yes, please. Now this is going to be 0. And discard a card to use a power. I already have a Throwing Knives in play. So let's see what Voss has in store. We have Genebound Guard or Quark Drive Translocator. Well, I guess with damage irreducibility, it doesn't really matter too much that there's a guard. And Utility Belt, and now I can use all the powers! And this could also be used to hit a construct. But I don't want to do that on the Dynamic Siphon. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. 2 free hit points. Throat Jab. Alright. Oh my gosh, we're putting a card into play! We don't have the... We don't have Cosmic Crest yet, so we'll put the Soldier out for a bit. Entry point? Urgh. We will want to destroy this. Let's stop the environment from playing cards. Now that I just said let's stop the environment from playing cards. Now I'm having them play cards. Alright, we have another augmented ally. Jeez Louise. I don't have this in the right order, but with unflagging animation, if augmented ally is on Cosmic, he could discard a construct and then use unflagging animation to put it into play immediately. Now there are constructs already that we do want, and this card has to be played first. I'm gonna put this on Visionary so that maybe I could use not telekinetic cocoon. The other thing. The mental divergence. Gene-bound guard, no way! Decoy projection, no way! Discard a card, use a power. So... the only ongoing there is Rest the Mind, Bloody Knuckles... Nothing. Oh, I guess we do have destructive response. Nothing there. Nothing there. So I don't think I really want to use mental divergence, but I will put it out. All right. Actually, so Fixer does have Grease Monkey Fist, which is gonna do what I want. So we'll just do this. So, Gene-bound Guard is reducing damage by 1, and Voss is reducing damage by 1. So, if I want to dispatch with the minions, I have to do 5 points of damage. But Fixer could do that right now. Ease to the peas. So the question is, am I going to get rid of something? And the environment played turret mode for me, but I already have one in my hand, so maybe I can just destroy that. Do I want to use this twice? I could destroy Stunbolt, so sure. I shall overdrive! And dispatch with you. Psychically. Oh. Oh, right. Harmony and Grease Monkey Fist plus Twist the Ether. I guess there was a number of effects that I didn't fully recognize. Lightning! And I shall do this again! And let's get rid of Stunbolt. Sweet. Autonomous Blade? No, Cosmic Crest? Actually, I'm gonna go all out, because we might be able to win at this point. Let's see. There are 6 construct cards in play. If I destroy all of them, I deal 1 target 6 irreducible energy. If I destroy 1, I can deal 1 target 3 energy. Or I can Potent Disruption to deal 1 target 5 energy. We don't really need Visionary's Augmented Ally. So in a spirit of going all out, let's destroy the augmented ally. And then play with madness! Sweet. So, no. Because I'm gonna play turret mode. So make the damage to Voss irreducible. Then grenade launcher. And now, let's do the small hit on Dynamic Siphon. I don't think it's gonna matter, but do this. Use Razor Ordnance. And the Autonomous Blade goes off. Yep. Going all out was definitely the right plan. We have this in the bag. We'll discard another Mega Computer and we'll do it. It's done. We never flipped Voss. So it wasn't as hard as it could have been, even though it was advanced. We finished with 17 HP on our lowest hero. So, for being a difficulty 3 villain, Voss on advanced isn't apparently too hard. Oh well, fine. Whatever, no one cares. Everyone's already thinking about the viewer's choice match. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and acquiesce and go ahead and let you guys choose what I'm gonna play here on stream. So, who wants to partake in viewer's choice? Darren, Seamus, Sonvar, JZC, Gains of Castamere, and Sonvar, you're already on the list. You can't be on the list twice. The only person who could be on the list twice is Guys, and that's after he added himself to the list twice. So if there's anyone else who's watching, and if there's anyone who's actually new to this, what I do here is I play a game of the viewer's choice, hence the title, Viewer's Choice. And the way that I have it set up is that I ask first who wants to take part. And afterwards, after about a minute to make sure that everyone who wants to vote has voted, I then go through the people one by one and I ask, are we playing classic or team? Are we playing with 3, 4, 5 heroes? Are we playing, like, what villain are we playing? What's the first hero? What's the second hero? What's the third hero? What's the environment? What's the difficulty? We ask those questions and it leads us to a match that has been entirely chosen by the viewers. In the past, we used to do it voting style, but I think that having it done person to person makes it a little easier to coordinate and a little easier to keep track of what's going on. Plus, it's less of a typing race. Sonvar's just practicing for asking questions at Gen Con. Just imagine Sonvar going up and going, ahoy hoy, Christopher and Adam, I have a single question for you. If Visionary were left onto the drastic Wagner Mars base, would she be able to survive? Also, if the Captain Cosmic were able to be in 2 places at once, such as the Docthorath capital and the Enclave of the Endlings, do you think he would have his attention spread across the multiple places? Speaking of which, do you think that Knife or Visionary would be able to win in an ultimate match? Also, I have a question about the Cosmic Contest. Alright, I also made up a bunch of questions because I'm not actually good at lore questions, and none of those actually made sense. So we're gonna stick with what I'm good at, which is viewer's choice. So Darren, classic or team? Sonvar is Tachyon in disguise. Sonvar is Guys pretending to be Tachyon, acting like Sonvar. We're playing classic, so Seamus gets to choose the villain, and Sonvar chooses 3, 4, or 5 heroes. JZC, choose hero number 1. Gains at Casimir, choose hero number 2. Darren, choose hero number 3. Seamus, choose hero number 4. Sanvar, choose the environments. And JZC, standard, advanced, challenge, or ultimate, because you said ultimate Ennead, but the question was on the villain, and the villain is Ennead. Seamus, hero 4 is Freedom 5 Tachyon. Hero 3, Freedom 5, Absolute Zero. Omnitron-U is not a Freedom 5 member. That's hero number 2. JZC was hero 1 with Freedom 5 Legacy. Soundvar chose the Ruins of Atlantis. And JZC verifies Ultimate Ennead. So, Ultimate Ennead versus Freedom 5 Legacy, Omnitron-U, Freedom 5 Absolute Zero, and Freedom 5 Tachyon in the Ruins of Atlantis fight. This was your choice. Our power has seen millennia! You shall fall before the Ennead! We stand together against injustice in all its forms! I don't know why, but I was almost tempted to say hello and welcome to Dolphin's Dive. This is not the intro to Dolphin's Dive. Freedom 5 Legacy has Backfist Strike, Bolster Allies, Inspiring Presence, and Superhuman Durability. Omnitron-U has Disruptive Flechettes, Gaussian Coil Blaster, Innervation Ray, and Temporal Shielding. Freedom 5 Absolute Zero is a Frostbound Drain, Isothermic Transducer, Modular Realignment, and Sub-Zero Atmosphere. Freedom 5 Tachyon has Blinding Speed, Lightning Reflexes, Nimble Strike, and Research Grants. So we have Nephthys, Nuit, or Newt, Jeb, or Geb, and Atum. Isis comes out, Rise the Power is played, reveals Shu. Brave Beckons, destroys nothing, and all of these effects go off. So at least the nice thing about Challenge Ennead is that I don't really care about symbols, because no matter what, this is all happening. Fire damage, 1 HP, regain HP, deal damage, reveal a card, damage, HP. I don't think it really matters. Playing an extra card, which is damage. And then effects. Who's considered to have the most cards? Legacy. And that ends their turn. Great. All right. I think Inspiring Presence is the way to go. Can't ever go wrong with an extra extra damage dealer. One player may play a card, and that hero shall be someone. I don't think Omnitron-U needs to do it. I could put out Isothermic Transducer, and an Absolute Zero could use Frostbound Drain on his turn. And then you have it. And I like the flavor text on Isothermic Transducer. But the laws of thermodynamics have more to do with, look, lady, all I know is fire gets all weird around me. I don't know how it works, but I know better than to ask questions. There is some amount of infernal damage from the villain side. So temporal shielding is probably not too bad. If I put out a component, it's very likely that Omnitron will be dealt too much damage anyway. So I'm gonna put the temporal shielding out. And then I could play a component. Or I could Disruptive Flechettes instead, because I don't really need to use Disruptive Flechettes for the ongoing destruction effect. And another temporal shielding. Alright, so Frostbound Drainsies. And Newt has to go. So we can do a boatload of damage to Newt, and then I can do myself some more fire damage. Take more damage onto Newt, and I can put out the Cold Snap, which will work really well. Or I could just draw a Cold Snap, same difference. Alright. Research grant with this version of Tachyon is pretty good. Less lightning reflexes and then nimble strike and see what we get. We get lightning reflexes. But there's nothing I need to blind the speed of. So I'll put the research grant out. And I think I want to use it to try to filter for more cards. Sucker Punch? Who uses Sucker Punch, honestly? Hehe. Fleet of Foot, excellent. Great card. Environment plays the Pillars of Hercules. Oh, this is gonna go really well. Tefnut's out. Taste of Immortality brings out Osiris. So we have one Ennead left. This is great. I'm pretty sure an order matters, but I'm also pretty sure there's way too many, and if I try to figure out the right order, it's gonna take way too long. And then effects, HP. I would not be surprised if, after all that I did, they are brought back to their max HP. Desert's Wrath. Oh, that destroys the Pillars of Hercules. That's nice. I was gonna have Legacy move it to the bottom of the deck, but still be able to play an extra card and use an additional power, although Ennead would play a card on their turn, on his turn, so that's fine. And then the worst part is we discard, which sucks a lot. I don't think Sub-Zero Atmosphere is going to do anything in this game. Synaptic Interruption. So the worst part is that our self-damage is getting increased by 2. Oh, and they're set. Did they only ever play Taste of Immortality? What the heck? This is not fair! You're on advance! You don't need to bring more out! Oh, and excellent. Elemental Storm. Perfect. Well, at least I can do something with this. Oh boy. Alright, Absolute Zero needs to get something that can give him HP, or he dies. So it's either Fleet of Foot or Bolster Allies, and I could do both, so I'm going to do both. Lead from the front. Self-Sabotage. Coolant Blast. Lightspeed Barrage. And then Tachyon can play Fleet of Foot. Maybe I should have... Well, I guess I could always Lightning Reflexes if I want to. Bolster Allies. Ablative Coating. Focused Apertures. Accelerated Assault. How many bursts? 3? I'll go ahead and Accelerate Assault. Who needs HP? So, do you guys want to think ahead to what you're going to choose for the second viewer's choice? What? Second viewer's choice? I'm kidding. There is not a second viewer's choice. You guys had one opportunity and you gave me Ultimate Ennead. Alright, well. I don't think these are going to last, but even if I put them out there and they get destroyed, at least Omnitron-U can retaliate. Reset. And then here's some damage. I'm just gonna fast forward through this. These effects are nice to see, but I think we know what cold damage looks like. I have been dealt 2 fire damage since my last turn, so I'm gonna go ahead and use Coolant Blast. And maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to take out Newt. Field Freeze. I would love to be able to play that card. Actually, I could take out Newt if I utilize this Blitz. So I want to use Lightspeed Barrage first. Because after I Blitz, all those are going to be gone, and I could do 6 damage with this, and then Blitz will do 2 instances to take out Newt, and then I can work on Set. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Not on Set, on Newt. Because we kind of have to somehow survive. And actually, I said I was going to take out Set, but Osiris is actually brutal. Because he's going to force us to continually discard cards. So we really need to focus on Osiris. As much fun as it is to have Set out, I think Osiris needs to go. Sucker Punch. The Kraken! Well, bye, Absolute Zero. And now remember that they have a +1 now. Because of Advanced. At least this is targeting the Kraken. Also, they're gonna regain like 4 HP because of the Ennead's flip side. Blast of Flame! Yeah. Does it really matter? All that matters is there are 8 of them and 3 of us. I don't even know anymore. Play Inspiring Presence, he said. The HP damage effect is good, they said. Death's Grasp. I said they as if it was someone else, but it was clearly me. Ooh, Omnitron surviving. Maybe? Oh yeah, this is the end of turn effect. Okay, we survived! We survived! Whew. I don't think we can last another round. So, all out assault. Actually, that's not the one I want to play. All-out assault means stalk. Ooh, fortitude. That would have been nice earlier. I could move the Kraken to the bottom of the deck. Or we could get Osiris to 1. And then maybe, just maybe, the Kraken will take him out. Let's see what we get. Elemental Axe of Chassis. Grr. That's sort of better than Temporal Shielding, but it doesn't really help at all. I must play a card. I'll play the Temporal Shielding, I guess. So much for actually doing that. Doesn't really matter. Destroy an environment. Each target deals itself 1 cold until the start of next turn. Increase all damage dealt to and by targets by 1. That is not going to do well for us. I could actually destroy the Kraken. I could have each target deal itself 1 cold. I'm going to destroy the Kraken. I don't think we're going to be able to deal 5 damage with Tachyon, who has blinding speed and lightning reflexes and 1 burst in her trash. All right, let's see what happens. It's not over until it's over. Even though there's a bunch of damage that's incoming, it's not over until it's over. Leaking Room. That goes really well with Set. Mass Overheating. There goes the Temporal Shielding, but hey, I can retaliate. And then there goes Omnitron. And then there goes Tachyon. We're down to Legacy, who has 1 HP, and he's down. Good job, guys. I don't know that there was really much I could do there, so instead I'm gonna hit new game. And classic or team, it's team. Random. And then Proletariat has 4 difficulties. We are going with standard. Citizen's Hammer and Anvil has 2. Standard. Greazer has standard and advanced. We're going advanced Greazer. In Plague Rat, we are doing standard. Fight! We are army of the people. We swing hammer of the people. Fall before the people. Reality is fluid, both flowing and fleeting. You are hardly a concern. Alright, so Dark Watch Nightmist, Rook City Wraith, Freedom 5 Legacy, and Expatriette versus Proletariat, Citizen's Hammer and Anvil, Advanced, Greazer, and Plaguerats. Dark Watch Nightmist has Call Forth, Elder Ring, Mist Form, Tome of Elder Magic. Rook City Wraith has Impromptu Invention, 2 micro-targeting computers, and a throwing knives. Freedom 5 Legacy has a Bolster Allies, Flying Smash, Heroic Interception, and Motivational Charge. Expatriette has Hair Trigger Reflexes, Pride, RPG Launcher, Tactical Shotgun. Let's go. And Legacy is Greazer's nemesis. RevaCorp Analyst and RevaCorp Tanker. Overwhelm the Mighty. That wasn't much of overwhelming. Alright, no choice had to be made there, really. Let's call forth 4 relics. So I got my tome back. There's my amulet. So great, I have all the copies of Elder Ring that I could ever want. Heedless Slash, Mists of Time, Amulet. So we already have the Amulet. Heedless Slash, we could Heedless Slash into something. But I probably want to have the Amulet first. So let's put the Heedless Slash on top. So I draw it and then decide later if I'm going to Heedless Slash or Amulet. Destroy the environment target with the lowest HP. There is none. Also, the position is not Bastion, fun fact. And this one is deals each non-villain target 1 fire damage and regain 1. Okay, that is not awful. There are worse things. Alright, impromptu invention. I have all the copies of micro-targeting computer. I cannot play one from this, but I could still do something. If I have Stunbolt on Plague-Rat, and I know that if I damage him, he plays a card. But we're reducing the damage by 1 because of the Revocorp Tanker. We can stop Plague-Rat from doing as much damage to the heroes. So we can at least freeze him a smidge. We could also Stunbolt Citizen Anvil, and then Wildfire doesn't do as much damage. Now, if I put out Stunbolt and then I put out Micro-Targeting Computer and then I target Plague-Rat, we play a card from Plague-Rat's deck, so that's not necessarily wise. I could put out Throwing Knives, even though I have one in my hand, and then use Micro-Targeting Computer, and then I could do a lot of spread damage. Let's see. We have Heroic Interception, which doesn't stop damage to Legacy, though. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Stunbolt, and then micro-targeting, and then I will Stunbolt Anvil, since I can't Stunbolt Plague-Rat without counter effects. If this was viewer's choice, you know who picked Freedom 5 Legacy. You missed the viewer's choice match. It was Ultimate Ennead against 3 of the Freedom 5 plus Omnitron-U in, what was it? It was Ruins of Atlantis, and we lost pretty fast. I'll deal myself damage. I want to keep my cards. Now, do I want to use an extra card play or deal damage and regain HP? I guess if we have Nightmist put out the Amulet and then we have her use Heedless Slash to do the 4/4 thing, even though the top of her deck was Mists of Time 4, which would... Actually, that would be kind of cool. Have a guaranteed 4 on top of the deck. I think I want a motivational charge. I know, it's lame. It's not Overwatch. Electroshackles. Reduce damage dealt to Greazer by targets in this play area. And this is on... Who's this on? Nightmist. That just happened, by the way, and I totally forgot it. See, I don't really have a good sense of what is my first priority here. Like Plague-Rat, except if I damage him, he retaliates. If I hit the Revocorp Analyst, then Plague-Rat will take him out, which is nice. And then I can target Plague-Rat more. I could do more damage to Greazer, or I could take out Legacy to take out Greazer. I could focus on Anvil, except he has a damage reduction, and therefore it might be a little better to target Hammer and Shield, except that's not even that much of an HP difference. If I want to target Proletariat, I want to target one of the clones. If I try to target Hammer and I take out Hammer, then Anvil brings him back. So what do I do? Wife was feeling stir-crazy and wanted to head out for a while. I don't have a wife, although I don't think I'm ever gonna have a wife. Fun fact. I'm gonna target the Analyst, and then I can hit Plague Rat more easily. I like that Fortitude. Alright, so there's the damage, deals each target 1 toxic. This takes out the Analyst for us. And this is going to combo really nice with Greazer, because I target the hair. Greazer hits Plague Rat. Actually, I don't want to do it this way. That's a terrible order. Because I don't want to play extra Plague Rat cards. Hit the Analyst. Analyst takes himself out. Then I target the hair. And then Greazer hits Plague Rat. And then the hair hits itself, so Greazer hits the hair, and then Greazer hits himself. I just love... Like, what does that even mean? Like, he feels his hair is hurting, so he punches his hair, except then he realizes that he hurt himself in the process. I don't even know what that means, what just happened there. It means that Greazer is cray-cray. Nightmist doesn't have the amulet, so I can't redirect that. No damage to Anvil. Immune. Greazer hurt himself trying to wipe toxic rat sludge out of his hair. That actually is plausible. And then this is 1 damage across the board. So the good news is most of the clones are gone. For added lulls, have setback as the highest HP target. Trying to figure out why. Oh, because Greazer targets setback. Oh, and then Greazer is Plague Rat's nemesis then. Perfect, that makes sense. Okay. I think Tactical Shotgun is what I want, and I can do 4 points of damage to something. And as lame as people say Expatriette is, which, I mean, I don't want to say that she's lame, even though I just said it. People say, like, Expatriette requires guns to do well, but I mean, she has Tactical Shotgun, which is a power that deals 4 points of damage, which isn't a common power, so being able to deal 4 points of damage at once is pretty powerful. That said, what do I want to do? I don't want to take out the tanker, because Plague Rat could take out the tanker. And if I do take out the tanker, Plague Rat deals more damage. I could take out Proletariat clone, but then Proletariat might bring one back or something. I could target Plague Rat. But in my experience in Plague Rat matches, I like leaving Plague Rat out and trying to make sure he deals more damage to villain targets. So I think I'm going to focus on Anvil. Because my experiences with Hammer and Anvil is that they are pretty awful. Internal defense grid. So that's going to take out things. Proletariat clone is gone after all, so. There you go. Did I say choose for me? I don't think I wanted to choose for me. Let's see if this actually targets the handler first. I think it is. I'm going to hit rewind first. hit the handler so that we lose the -1 on Plague Rat. And now we have to figure out what to do with the internal defense grid. Defensive formation. But Proletariat is naked. This is Sentinels After Dark. He's naked. Okay, Amulet. I know this is Dark Watch Nightmist, but I love the Amulet too much. Master of Magic and Mist the Time 4 on top. And then we could probably hit the slash next turn. Citizen's Imperative. Regain HP. Which is actually kind of funny, because that card, if not the active card in this play area, deals the hero with the lowest 3 HP. Okay. So this is only an HP recovery effect, normally. So it's actually not a terrible card. No. Did I reduce damage to Anvil? I did. I wanted to reduce damage to Hammer. Oops. My bad. Throwing knives. Why should I choose who I want to deal damage to when I could deal damage to many things? And then I know it's going to be reduced by 1, but Proletariat. Anytime you can hit Proletariat, you should hit Proletariat. That's my usual rule of thumb. HYP Displacer. Hit by the internal defense grid. Motivational charge or discard a card. I think we're not really going to be using heroic interception. Sorry, guys. But Fortitude seems like a good play. Now I could make sure the HYP Displacer doesn't hit Expatriette by targeting it right now. I can hit Hammer and Shield, and then Plague Rat is going to almost certainly do it 3 points damage, unless he doesn't, unless he plays a handler. I don't really want to target something with damage reduction with this, because then this is half as much damage. I could also remember that I have to deal with the internal defense grid, so I'm instead going to move the internal defense grid to the bottom of the deck, and there we go. Saves us hit points. So you can destroy hero target with the most cards in play, discard 2 or destroy an equipment. I don't want to destroy my equipments. And none, this is going to do a lot of damage. So hit... Oh, I actually can't take out Hammer and Shield because I didn't damage it after all. But I can hit the hair. Ooh, I can redirect this, which I do want to do. So Mist Form, and I don't think I need all these Elder Rings. Jeez. Let me rewind. Hit Nightmist, Amulet, and Tome. Redirect to Hammer and Shield. And then Hammer and Shield. And now I can damage Anvil. Yay! And then the hair. Yeah, we're gonna have to deal with the Plague Rat at some point. Shock round seems good though. I do still want to focus on Anvil, though. Actually, hold on, because... hit Anvil. And then hit everything that is not named Impeccable Pompadour. And then hit Impeccable Pompadour. And then destroy Shock Rounds, because we're done with them. Yay! And then I don't have to discard a card or deal myself damage. What now, environment? Conveyor panels. That's also pretty bad. A clone? I don't want to do that. I can Heedless Lash. Or I can Master of Magic and then regain HP with Heedless Lash. But if I Heedless Lash, I'm going to reveal 2 4s. Or I'm going to reveal a 4 and I can do 4 points of damage twice. So that's enough to bring Anvil to 1. And then 4 points of damage to something else. We need to somehow get rid of defensive formation. I do have RPG Launcher, so I probably should use that. I guess the question is Nightmist going to last long enough for Master of Magic to actually profit? Because this game is going pretty fast. And if I play Master of Magic, I basically have to wait 1 round in order to be able to utilize it. I could instead put Mist Form out and just have Plague Rat take out the villains. I'm gonna do Mist Form. I'm gonna be boring Nightmist. But once I get out of Mist Form, I'm gonna have an amulet with lots of cards. If I survive long enough. Burn the Divide. Well, there goes equipment cards. Deal each hero character card 2 fire damage for each equipment card belonging to that hero destroyed this way. I could have Legacy make Nightmist play spells, but I do have to deal with conveyor panels because I don't think that having the environment play 2 cards is a good idea in an environment like this one. Do we still have a micro-targeting? We do, so we can go ahead and do this. This is gonna hurt. But you will survive. Ish. This is getting pretty hairy. This might be Wraith's last turn. But the good news is that Plague Rat is probably going to kill Citizen Hammer. Alright, so if we're down to just Nightmist sitting in Mist Form, and Legacy goes down, Greazer's gone. So I'm not going to focus on Greazer at all. But I do have to worry about the Proletariats. I don't want to target them when they have damage reduction. Ooh boy, Hunter Techs. Thermobaric Mine. Nightmist doesn't mean the damage. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, actually I can deal myself damage. Haha! Fortitude! Alright. Inspiring Presence. This will give us hit points. Now, if I RPG Launcher...
If I RPG launch her now, I don't have. I could use Legacy's power to. I could RPG launch on Expatriette's turn, or probably better would be to play submachine gun and use submachine gun. Or no, I was gonna RPG launch to get rid of defensive formation. So I do have to use this to get rid of conveyor panels. Or I could just have conveyor panels out, but I don't think having 2 environment plays in Omnitron 4 is a good idea. Immune to damage! And Wraith's dead. The hair! My hair! You shot my hair! Alright, now let's get rid of defensive formation. Frickin' finally. And we can incap hammer and anvil. Alright. Whew. So what's happening here? Increased fire damage dealt to non-villain targets by 1. The villain target with the lowest regains 2. Okay. Most likely that's going to be Impeccable Pompadour. Plague Rat is probably going to be terrible, but Proletariat, at least with Plague Rat can't hurt Nightmist right now, so I'm going to target Proletariat. Even though I just said that was a waste of damage because I could have just done it with this. So I'm going to do this damage on Plague Rat. Mechanic Accumulator. So there goes the equipment card. And I guess I can get rid of Tactical Shotgun and replace it with Submachine Guns, so I can get rid of that one. Flanking Maneuvers. Immune to damage, immune to damage. Alright, so that's good. Do I want to destroy Mist Form? Barbaric Mind, deal each hero target with fire, so that will go off. No, I think I'm safe in Mist Form. I don't know how much ongoing destruction there is in these decks, but at the very least, Plague Rat can't hit me for 3 damage each round, so at least I'm saving myself 3 hit points. And I'm drawing 3 cards, which will fund Impact Neutralizer, discard deal, then destroy one. Well, I can't do anything about that, can I? We'll just have this. That's fine. Let's see. Move an equipment card from a hero trash into play. Ooh, 1 hero regains 2 HP, destroy an environment card. Move an equipment card from a hero trash into play. I can bring my shotgun back, but that's not too exciting. I could put a Tome of Elder Magic or Elder Ring out. But I do think I'm gonna just go ahead and destroy the Mechanic Accumulator. Stop the environment from doing things, why don't ya? Ooh. Actually, Legacy's probably dead. Actually, Legacy is dead. I don't think it's worth saving Legacy. Emerald Barrack Mine. Put that on Legacy, because you're dead anyway. Now, the annoying thing is that he's still going to play a card. Or he's still going to force someone to play a card. Let's try to get a Handler out, I guess. Oh, good, a Handler. Except it increases damage dealt to hero targets. One hero may play a card, even if they would otherwise be prevented. You know who's a hero who cannot play cards or use powers right now? Nightmist. We can get Nightmist set up. Oh boy. Alright, here we go. Nightmist is gonna do things while immune to damage. This seems broken. Hey Technomagus, how are you doing? So I was gonna use submachine gun. But that was when I still had Inspiring Presence. Assault Rifle is actually gonna do the same amount of damage. Or, would do the damage that submachine gun would have done. But this is probably Expatriette's swan song. And there's, Ambuscade. This card deals the non-device target with the lowest HP by Expatriette. And it is now the Nightmist game. Each target deals itself damage, but we're immune to it, so too bad. No. Move an equipment card or regain 2 HP. Let's just keep getting Nightmist randomly set up out of nowhere. Nightmist can't play cards, yet is getting more set up somehow. Destroy all clone cards. There are none. And there's a clone. Hero can play a card, even if they would otherwise be prevented. Now, the annoying thing is I don't know what's on the top of my deck. If I had put Tome of Elder Magic into play instead, I would have been able to regain, or not regain, I would have been able to use it. But if I play a spell, at least, Master Magic will still trigger, so... Switch your trash and deck, shuffle your decks. So I could switch them. And you get a 3/4/4. What equipments are in my deck? Anything else? Starshield Necklace. I could Heedless Lash, but I don't know what's on the top of my deck. And if there's only one thing I know about Darkwatch Nightmist, it's that this variant is basically built around Heedless Lash, so I don't really want to play Heedless Lash if I haven't used my power. But that's really the only damage dealer I have. Alternatively, I could just forego that and Mists of Time anyway. Try to draw into Oblivion. Oblivion is pretty safe when she's in mist form, isn't it? And if I Mists of Time, I wouldn't get that. So yeah, so I think Enlightenment is better. There's a 2. Hey, Oblivion! Good deal. There's no handlers in play. This game is basically Plague Rat takes out the heroes. I feel like we've been down this road before. I feel like I've had a Dolphin's Dive titled The One True Hero, or The One True Hero. Ugh. Destroy a target with 1 HP. There is none. No hero can use a power. The next time that hero uses a power, they also deal 1 target, 1 projectile damage. Resource Recycler. So, destroy a card that will probably be brought back into play anyway. Amulet's not doing anything. Doctussa. Immune. There is no target with no hero target with the second lowest. No. There's another Oblivion. Move an equipment card from a trash into play. Destroy an environment. Yeah, let's get rid of that Markendi accumulator that is going to keep destroying our stuff. Seems like our ongoing cards are pretty safe. Increased melee damage, but dealt by the Proletariat with the highest HP, except Nightmist is immune to damage. Alright, so Oblivion 4. Regain 4 HP. Reveal 2 2s. Hermetic's gone. Techno Pursuer's gone. So Proletariat's at 2 and Plague Rat's at 5. Can we do this? We got 2 handlers. Reduce damage dealt by Plague Rat to villain targets. First time Plague Rat is dealt damage, play a card. So that's not really good. There goes the Plague Rat hero. And I still can't do any of these, can I? Actually, no. So, if Nightmist ever uses a power, she's gonna deal 1 projectile damage twice. Techno Pursuer takes out Proletariat. So all we have to do is take out Plague Rat and we win. Oh, and actually that effect makes Darkwatch Nightmist pretty bad. I do not have the amulet out, so I can't really... I mean, I could... Yeah, whatever. Screw it. Destroy this, and then Oblivion. Reveal 2 2s. Take out the Revo Corp Analyst, and then Plague Rat can't play a card. And we win! I can't redirect my self-damage, but that's fine. That's okay. I can clear the board of everything. So not only is it like a victory in terms of villain character cards, but it's a victory in terms of anything that ever existed. Alright, so this is how you defeat villains with Nightmist. Is you just have her stay in mist form, and she can't take damage. Of course, it becomes pretty cheesy with Incapped Freedom 5 Legacy, who's like, oh yeah, Nightmist, you can't play cards or use powers? How about you play a card or use a power? Oh, it's pretty funny. It truly is Oblivion. Alright, it is 8:37. I am gonna call it short, though, because I actually have to get some things done before I go to bed, and my bedtime is pretty early. Which, if you missed it at the front of the stream, which makes sense because it's at the front of the stream. Who comes at the start of the stream? From now on, Dolphin's dives will be starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So before it was 7 p.m., it's now going to be 6. Starting next week, it's going to start at 6. So it will start 1 hour earlier, and it will end 1 hour-ish earlier, up to however long the last game takes. The reasons for that are partly because I have to go to bed earlier, and it just makes more sense overall. A lot of people in Sentinels Live, when I brought this up, expressed agreement that if it started earlier, it'd be easier for people to participate and join. So we're going to be starting at 6 p.m. starting next week. And so if you watch this stream regularly, which some of you guys do, and that's great, and I love you all for that, we will be starting 1 hour earlier. So if you love the Viewer's Choice games, and you either are unable to make them because they're so late, or you do take part in them, but you know that, or you do take part in them and you want to be able to keep taking part in them, you need to come 1 hour earlier in order to be able to do that. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to take part in Viewer's Choice. So again, starting next week, Viewer's Choice starts at 6, and then we play Dolphin's Dive at 7. No, we're starting Dolphin's Dive at 6, and Viewer's Choice will be therefore starting 1 hour earlier than average, and therefore you need to come 1 hour earlier if you want to take part in this Viewer's Choice shenanigans. But nonetheless, I am Lou Dolphin, and this was Dolphin's Dive, and I hope you got some strategic insights into the game from watching my streams. If you feel that you watched the stream and didn't get any insight, any strategies, or you feel like you were watching me and you didn't really understand what I was doing, please leave a comment somewhere in some fashion, either on Discord or on the YouTube channel or in Handelabra's Discord server, or send me a PM on YouTube or reply to the YouTube channel or tweet at me. I will respond to the comments, and I'll try to make this stream a better experience for all. Be sure to check out Tales from the Archive this Sunday at 7 p.m. And as always, Sentinels Live Tuesday at 7 p.m. And if you want to watch more of Dolphin's Dive, please come next week at 6 p.m. All right, I think that's it. Good night, everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.